It's time for to talk about my topic for today, man. We should get back to players, key players back from the concussion protocol, according to head coach Dan Campbell in his presser yesterday. Right, they asked him about the three players that we had in concussion protocol. We're talking about Jerry Jacobs, we're talking about Jonah Jackson, and Jeff Okudah. However, he said Jacobs ain't in the concussion protocol, so there's one guy already who's going to be back. But he did say that Jackson and Okudah are in the final phases of the protocol and are set to return to the lineup versus Jacksonville. Now, I don't know if you watched that doggone Jacksonville-Baltimore game, but we going to need Hefe to come back to the lineup because that dude Jones, and I ain't talking about Marvin, I'm talking about Zay Jones. Zay Jones is a 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver that is quite arguably the favorite target for Trevor Lawrence. It ain't Christian Kirk. It ain't Christian Kirk is the leading receiver, but Zay Jones was the man. He stepped up in that game versus Jacksonville. He's big, he's physical, and he needs somebody to push him off the line of scrimmage. And they were not playing him in man coverage very well for the Ravens. They were kind of playing off of him. They were playing more zone. I don't get that because Baltimore is usually known for more man coverage, but Zay Jones was eating them up in the in the zone package that they were playing. And if you ain't careful, that dude will definitely light you up. So we need Hefe back to take away that big physical target with speed over there in Zay Jones. But hopefully we get all those guys back, man, because of course we saw what happened with Jonah Jackson on the offensive line. Missing him was terrible. The interior defensive line for the Bills was eating us up. Now, I'm not saying that they have a physical interior defensive line over there at Jacksonville. They're better at their defensive end and linebackers. If you just kind of just scout them guys, they have good linebackers and good edge rushers, not so much on the interior, but we do need that for our running game to be successful. You see how we lacked last game without having Brown and Jackson in. We don't notice. I haven't heard anybody talk about Evan Brown yet, but we're looking like we're going to get Jonah Jackson back for Jacksonville, man. All right. What do you guys think about those key pieces coming back from the concussion protocol?
I think Okudah coming, man, they both coming back. We need both of them back because we don't need – I don't want no excuses to why we end up losing the game. I want everybody to be back just for that purpose because we got to just follow that script that we had in New York, man. You know, and Okudah coming back, just and Jackson back, man. It's like I think we can match exactly what we did in New York. We can do that against Jacksonville, man. So Jonah, come on, man. Okudah, come on, man. Please, sweet Jesus, please come back.
Now, I want to say, I didn't know Zay Jones was that big either. In my head, I thought he was like a little guy. I know he was a speedster. I thought he was a small guy, but yeah, you know, so any help or any reinforcement would help us out. Jeff Okudah, but like you just said, they said that he's not in the protocol anyway. So come on back and help us to win this game. This is my most interesting game of this season anyway. I want to see how we stack up against another team. I just see like rebuild wise and, you know, team wise, you know, both bouncing back from some, you know, some BS. So, yeah, so it's going to be good to be as full of strength that we can be.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, to check out the rest of this conversation, click back a couple of videos for the full version of today's Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors.